Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video tutorial we are going to learn the imperfections in solids. Although the crystalline solids have short range as well as the long range. Okay. Short range is only for the amorphous solids, while the crystalline solids have both the short range as well as the long range. In the arrangement of their constituent particles, yet crystals are not perfect. So this is universal truth that no one is perfect, and so is the crystal also. So what actually causes the imperfections and what types of imperfections are there in solids? That is what we are going to learn in this video lecture. Usually a solid consists of an aggregate of large number of small crystals. So that is what we are talking about the unit cell, okay, because a large crystal is made up of n numbers of unit cell. Now these small crystals have defects in them. Now please concentrate on this word defects. Later we are going to learn this. This happens because the crystallization process occurs at fast or moderate rate. Single crystals are formed when the process of crystallization occurs at extremely slow rate. Even these crystals are not free of defects. So even if you carry out crystallization process, there are maximum chances of having defects, whether it's a slow process, whether it's a fast process, or whether it's a moderate rate. Now why it happens? So please pay attention. Defects are basically the irregularities in the arrangement of the constituent particles. So if someone asks you that what is imperfection? So imperfection is actually that if talking about the 14 types of different Brevia cell, what we expect it to be exactly perfect, but it does not happen so. And because of the crystallization process, what happens there you find the defects, imperfections in the arrangement of the unit cells, and this is defined as the basically the irregularities in the arrangement of the constituent particles. Now broadly speaking, the defects are of mainly two types. Please note, defects are of mainly two types. One is point defects and the other is line defect. How do you define point defects? Point defects are the irregularities or the deviation from the ideal arrangement around a point or an atom in a crystalline substance. Whereas the line defects are the irregularities or the deviation from the ideal arrangement in entire rows of lattice pattern. Now let us try to understand this. So actually when I am taking a crystal in 3-dimension form, these are the points where you are finding the red circle is called a lattice point. So if one of the point is missing, I mean at the one point there is no atom present at any of the corner. You can imagine this simple cube where 8 corners are occupied, okay, this upper 4 and the lower 4. So it happens that on the back side this 8th atom, this 8th corner will not have this corner will not have any atom present, okay. So this happens due to any certain reasons, for example the crystallization, that is called the defects, okay. So this is the irregularity. Now it is defined as the point defect. Why so? Because the point defects are the irregularities or the deviation from the ideal behavior around a point. This is about point. Well, if whole line is missing, if you won't find here in this line, because it's a 3D structure, and if you don't find any of the atom present, or let's say constituent particle present, then that is considered to be the what? The line defects. Okay, the line defect is a deviation from the ideal behavior the entire row. So I hope this is clear. Okay, and these irregularities are called crystal defects. So I hope this is clear. What is defects? Defects are basically the irregularities in the arrangement of the particles. If one point is missing, it is called the point defect. If the entire row is missing, it is called the line defects, and both together it is known as crystal defects. Okay, now let us come back. So in your syllabus we are going to discuss only the point defects, and we are not going to discuss the line defects. So first we'll talk about the point defects. Point defects are basically classified into three categories. Please note, the first category is stoichiometric defects, the second category is impurity defects, and the third category is non-stoichiometric defects. Okay, so first defects is classified into two categories, that is point defects and the line defects. We are not talking about the line defects. We are going to discuss it about the points defects, and point defects is basically sub-classified into three categories, that is stoichiometric defects, impurity defects, and non-stoichiometric defects. Let us see one by one. So first is stoichiometric defects. Now, what do you understand by the title or this word stoichiometric defects? Here, the defects are generated, but it does not disturb the stoichiometry of the compound. What is stoichiometry? You have already learned this in chapter 1, standard 11. What is stoichiometry? Stoichiometry is, we are talking about mole is to mole ratio. For example, if I am talking about NaCl, NaCl has one Na and one Cl. So, if I are talking about CaCl2, there will be one Ca, two Cl minus. Okay, so 1 calcium plus 2 ion and 2 Cl minus ion. That is what I am talking about, 1:2 ratio. So whenever you are taking CaCl2, the ratio must be same. Okay, that CaCl2 must be having 1 calcium and 2 chloride ions present. So if something happens that if you find 1 calcium and less than 2 Cl minus ions, if it happens, then we can say that the stoichiometry is not maintained. So stoichiometric defects, these are the points defects that do not disturb the stoichiometry of the solid. So please note this, they remain the stoichiometry of the compound intact. They are also called intrinsic or thermodynamic defects. Now you need to remember these names. Okay, so they may ask you by any of the name, intrinsic defects or thermodynamic effects or so and so. They are subdivided into two categories. One is vacancy defect and the other is interstitial defects. Now please note, this is for non-ionic compounds. For ionic compounds, later you may learn the other defects, that is called Frankel defects and Schottky defects. So first we will learn about this stoichiometric defects. Let me show you classification. So this picturization will be easy for you. These defects are classified into two categories, point defects and line defects. Line defects is not in your syllabus. Point defects are divided into three categories. The first category is stoichiometric category. That is what we are going to cover in this video. Later 2 categories we will study in the upcoming videos. So for now we are not talking about other 2 categories. The stoichiometric, the first category is subdivided into 2 categories. One is for non-ionic and the other is for ionic. So for non-ionic there are 2 types of defects, vacancy defects and interstitial defects, and for ionic also there are 2 types of defects, Frankel defects and Schottky defects. Okay, so let us see one by one. Vacancy defects: when some of the lattice sites are vacant. The name itself suggests there is a vacancy. So if the lattice sites are vacant, the crystal is said to be having vacancy defects. For example, you can see this figure 1.23, vacancy defects. So there are green circles which are showing the constituent particles present, while there are white squares which are showing you the vacant sites where the actual constituent particles were present, but due to some reason they have left their places. Okay, so this is what we are talking about, the vacancy defect. This defect can also develop when the substance is heated. Okay, so when the substance gets the thermal energy, it may also leave its original place and may go to some other places. Okay, the second part or second category, that is interstitial defect. Now when some constituent particles, we are talking about atom or molecules, occupy the interstitial sites, the crystals is said to have the interstitial defects, and that is depicted in figure 1.23. So you will see this 1.23. Now you can see there are green atoms which are actually regular site, but in between this, what you are finding, this atom which is present in the interstitial site, that means in the middle of the arrangement, the regular arrangement. Here also you may find the, what we can say, the interstitial sites which is present. Okay, so this is what we are talking about, the interstitial defects, and this increases the density of the substance. It happens because if I am talking about particularly this portion, so what happens, it has increased density. Why so? Because its interstitial site is already been occupied. Now vacancy and interstitial sites defects as explained above can be shown in the non-ionic solids. Okay, so this is what I am talking about. This is actually basically for non-ionic solids. Okay, and ionic solids must always maintain the electrical neutrality rather than the simple vacancy or the interstitial defects. It is one of the type, the same type, but it is having other name, that is Frankel and Schottky defects. Okay, so now we are going to learn the Frankel defects and Schottky defects. Okay, so Frankel defects, this defects is shown by ionic solids. So please note, now this Frankel defect and Schottky defect is what going to be shown by whom? These ionic solids. Okay, so the smaller ions, please note, when we are talking about the ions, it's generally usually the cations, because if we compare the cation and anion, the cations are mostly smaller than the anions. So the smaller ion is usually dislocated from its normal site to an interstitial site. Okay, so it is very common to these interstitial defects. That is what we have observed in the non-ionic solids. So what happens, it leaves its original place and goes to the interstitial sites. So now you can see this in figure 1.25, where you may find this positive ion, this blue color, okay, or gray color. This has come from other side. It has left its original place, let's say this, Okay, this one where I am currently have pointed the cursor. So it has left its original place where it has to be, the positive ion, and it has come to where, to this side. Okay, so this is basically what the Schottky defect. It dislocated from the normal side and moved to the interstitial. It creates the vacancy defect. It creates the vacancy defect at its original site and interstitial defects on the new location. So please note, it's a combination of both, where it creates the vacancy or its original places, and interstitial defects on the new location where it gets accommodated. Now Frankel defects is also called dislocation defect. Okay, the other names are given here. Okay, this stoichiometry defect is also called what? The intrinsic defects or thermodynamics defects. So let me write this. Please note, it does not change the density of the solid because it has left its original place, but it went to some other place. Okay, so the overall density we are talking about, the overall density of the crystal remains the same. Frankel defect is shown by the ionic substances where the large difference in the size of the atom. Okay, so it should be noted that the cation should be smaller and the anion should be bigger. For example, zinc sulfide, ZnS, AgCl, silver chloride, AgBr, AgI, silver iodide, silver bromide, due to the smaller size of zinc and silver. So you need to remember these examples. Okay, this is the examples which shows the Frankel defect. Now moving to the Schottky defect. Schottky defect, it is basically a vacancy defect in ionic solid. So this is actually the type of combination of both the vacancy defect and the interstitial defect. But Schottky defect, if we are particularly talking about, then it is actually the vacancy defect. Now what happens? In order to maintain the electrical neutrality, now why we have used this word electrical neutrality? So please note, because they are the ionic solids. So ionic solids are having ionic charge on it. Since it is a stoichiometric defect, you need to maintain the charge. As I have said earlier in this video only that if I am taking NaCl, okay, it has to be one Na plus and one Cl minus present there in the NaCl crystal. So the number of missing cations and anions are equal. Now please note, here both cations and anions are leaving its original place, whereas in this Frankel defect, what happens? Only the cation is leaving its original place. So like simple vacancy defects, the Schottky defects also decreases the density of the substances, obviously because both the anions and cations are leaving its original place. So it happens that the density of the crystal is going to be decreased, while in Frankel defect the overall density is going to remain the same. Number of such defects in the ionic solid is quite significant. So one example is given that in NaCl there are approximately 10 to the power 6 Schottky pairs per centimeter cube at the room temperature. Okay, in 1 centimeter cube there are about 10 to the power 22 ions present. So if I am talking about the 1 centimeter cube volume, how many atoms are present? Ions are present. How many ions are present? 10 to the power 22, and among them 10 to the power 6 Schottky pairs are present. This is a quite significant number. Thus, there is one Schottky defect per 10 to the power 16 ions. So if you actually multiply this, okay, so you will have the number 22 6 less from this 22, it becomes 60. Schottky defect is shown by ionic solids in which the cations and anions are almost similar size. Please note, Here we have written in Frankel defect is shown in the ionic solids where there is a large number of the size of the ion, while in this the cations and anions should have the similar sizes. For example, NaCl, KCl, this is sodium chloride, potassium chloride, CaCl is cesium chloride, EgBr. Please note, you have also written EgBr here and EgBr here. This should be noted. EgBr shows both Frankel as well as Schottky defect. Now I am going to differentiate both this Schottky and Frankel defect, so it will be very easy for you to understand. So let me revise this. The comparison between Schottky defect and Frankel defect will go one by one. So it says first parameter is the nature, and nature I am talking about its type of defects. So Schottky defects is basically what the vacancy defect, while the Frankel defect is actually the combination of both. Okay, so it creates both the vacancy defect as well as the interstitial defect. So we can write it can create a vacancy defect on at its site. Let me write this at its original site where it has to be present, and the interstitial site. So the interstitial site where it goes, where it has new location. Okay, so this is what the nature. Now second point, here I'm talking about the cations. So size of ion, both cations and anions are having equal size. Okay. So cations and anions are having equal size, that is to be remember here. And what happens with this, that in Frankel defects the cations are always smaller. So we'll write this cations are smaller in size. So this is about the size, and then third is what the density of the crystal. So if you write density, here you can write decreases. Here we can say does not change. Okay. Why so? Because we can write the fourth point, nature, or let me write this, types of an living a crystal. So this will become your both, that means the anions and cations. Anions both. Okay, where here only cations goes. Then fifth comes as examples. So examples are zinc sulfide, AgCl, AgBr, AgI. Okay, this zinc and silver are in smaller in size, so cations. While we talk about this Frenkel effect, examples are NaCl, KCl, then cesium chloride, C should be caps. So and AgBr, because AgBr is shown by what, both. Okay, so this is what is the comparison between this Schottky and Frenkel. One more point, you can add the figure if you want. So figure you may also draw. Okay, so this is all about this Schottky defect and Frenkel defect. By difference you may learn. If you may also take screenshots if you want, and pause in my screen for 5 seconds. So I hope it is clear, though it's a long video, but you have learned one type of stoichiometric defect, and that is part of point effect. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos.